Hi, I'm Kevin and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a dehydrated backcountry breakfast burrito. This is a simple version of a breakfast burrito that I like to make on canoe trips. This burrito has eggs, refried beans, salsa, and cheese. And to keep the weight down in your pack, everything except for the cheese and the tortilla will be dehydrated. When you dehydrate your food for a longer trip, you really save a lot of weight because most foods are at least 80% water. The same basic techniques that I'm going to use here will work with many other ingredients. You could easily dehydrate some hash browns and some sausage and make a hash brown sausage burrito, or you could dehydrate some rice and add some beans and some veggies and make a veggie burrito. Your burrito is your burrito, and I won't judge. First, I'm going to make some refried beans, and then we'll dehydrate the beans and salsa. When we're in the backcountry, we'll rehydrate the beans and salsa by cold soaking them. Then we'll make some backcountry eggs from freeze-dried egg crystals. Don't worry, freeze-dried eggs have come a long way and they taste great. Then we'll assemble our burrito and top it all off with a bit of cheese. Let's get started. This is what you'll need to make the refried beans. You're going to need a can of black beans, some garlic, and a teaspoon each of cumin and chili powder. And now for the salsa. In my book, Backcountry Eats, which is all about how to make great dehydrated meals for backcountry camping, I have an excellent homemade salsa recipe. I'll put a link to that book down below in the description. But today, we're not going to make salsa from scratch. We're going to do a hack. Many store-bought items that are in cans or jars can be dehydrated right out of the jar, and salsa is one of those. So today, we're going to take a shortcut. I'm going to pour some salsa right out of the jar on my dehydrator tray and dehydrate it as it is. I'm going to dehydrate both the beans and the salsa at 135 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's imagine we're in the backcountry and we're going to make a burrito. First, I'm going to cold soak my beans and my salsa. The beans will rehydrate in about 2 or 3 minutes. The salsa is going to take a little bit longer. I'll let it soak 15 or 20 minutes. The temperature outside is below freezing, so I'm going to do my cold soaking indoors. First, I'm going to add the salsa and the dried refried beans to individual bowls. And then I'm going to add some water. I'm going to add just enough water to cover both of them. And then I'm going to give them a bit of a stir. Now the refried beans are going to look like a bit of a soup, but don't worry, in about 2 or 3 minutes they're going to rehydrate perfectly. And the salsa will rehydrate as well, but it's going to take about 10 or 15 minutes. And now we're going to make some eggs. I'm going to make some scrambled eggs from Egg Crystals. This is a brand I like. There's a few other brands on the market. These freeze-dried egg crystals are much, much better than the old powdered eggs. They're a bit expensive, but they're worth it on a backcountry trip. I have another whole video on eggs in the backcountry. I'll put a link to that right here if you're interested. All right, I've done this so many times before that I don't need to measure this out. I'll just do it by eye. I dump the egg crystals in the pan, add a little bit of water, mix it up just to see where I am. You're looking for a consistency of scrambled eggs. And I'm going to get close here, but there's still a few lumps. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit more. And there you go. If you add too much, it'll just evaporate off anyway. And the eggs are already starting to cook. The secret here is to just move them around in the pan. And if the pan gets too hot, just lift the pan off the heat. And in a few minutes, you'll have scrambled eggs from those egg crystals. There, that's looking pretty good. So let's go inside and check on the refried beans and salsa. The refried beans are looking really, really good. The salsa's looking pretty good too, but there's still a few chunks that need a little more rehydration time. It's been about 10 minutes. They're going to need another 5 minutes. So by the time we get outside, the salsa is going to look pretty good. So let's go outside and put this burrito together. First the tortilla. I've got a bigger tortilla than I usually bring on a trip, but that's what I had at home. So let's make a nice big burrito. I'm going to start with the refried beans and then some eggs. And now some salsa. And lastly, we'll top this with some cheese. Here's a little tip for bringing cheese on a longer backcountry trip. Harder cheeses like Parmesan do tend to last a long time without refrigeration, but softer cheeses, not so much. If you want to bring a softer cheese on a longer trip, I would recommend any of the cheeses that are covered in wax. Those little mini Baby Bell Gouda cheeses covered in wax last a very, very long time without refrigeration. Now let's wrap this up and give it a taste. And there you have it, a backcountry breakfast burrito made with dehydrated ingredients. It looks great. I bet it tastes great. That is just a great breakfast burrito. It packs very, very light. It's got a lot of flavor, and it's got a lot of energy to keep you going throughout the day. That's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. If you did, please hit like, share, and subscribe. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.